again. So hopefully take two will work. For folks who are just joining, I am working on going live with Solange Jorge, an amazing poet. Unfortunately, we've been having some technical issues, but we are working on getting them, and I'm hoping that rebooting this live will maybe give us the jump start that we need. So thank you again. I see your request, Solange. I am hitting, let's see, fingers crossed. Come on, come on. Connecting, I see connecting. We did it, my friend.
We did it! Hi, community. I'm so happy to be
here. Well worth the wait. Technical issues, they happen. Yeah. Excellent. Well, let's shake some of that off. Yes, so hi for folks who are just joining. My name is Lauren. I am with Me Too Many Voices, and this is part of the Me Too Many Voices and Friends series for the community by the community. And we are joined today by my dear, dear friend, Solan Jorge, who is an amazing friend, amazing poet. You will be witness to that very soon. Not only is she have this amazing gift of words, your gift of spoken word, you have this energy that is so electric and just leaves me in awe of you and your mind. And I cannot wait for everyone else here to get to experience it. Trust me, you will see what I mean very, very soon. She will be reading some poetry from her book, Ballads from the Between. I will pass it off to Solange to introduce herself a little bit more, and then we'll dive in. And I'm sure a lot of you will have some questions, comments, anything that you want to add in, and feel free to do so. She'll read a poem, and then we'll break and take some time for discussions. So without further ado, hi, Solange.
Hi, Lauren. Thank you so much for having me here. I can't wait to see what gets shared in here, right? Like, it's not all rehearsed. I also want to thank all of the people watching. I recognize that you did some things in order to get here, the least of which is figuring out tech. Some of you may have gotten childcare. So just thank you very much. Thank you. I'm full of energy right now. So yeah, I've got this book called Ballads from the Between. And it was a book that was written out of necessity, right? It's bits and pieces of my journaling. Probably started 15 years ago. Never considered myself a writer, but increasingly had moments where I needed to get up, turn on the light, and yeah, write it down. Like, okay, I hear you, I hear you. It was a way for me to have a mirror to myself, my own experience. It was a way to have some breadcrumbs home when I felt very lost and very, very debilitated. And felt very despairing, right? And so I thought to myself, in the publishing of this book, it's quite small, you know, I could have added lots of books that were about the despair and the suffering. Then I thought about the kind of books that have changed my life and the kind of people who have changed my life. And they're infused with something that makes me feel more free. So that is what I'm offering to you. Hopefully my intention, hopefully my words give you some more breath, fill you with something of what you need, motivated by love, yeah? So here's the dedication. We are the broken, the scarred up good, but with smiles in our eyes. We live where the distinctions of holy or profane are mere frivolities. We live in the between. And this idea of the between is about this space that we all live in, where we are between polarities. We are on a continuum. And sometimes there's judgment with those polarities. And when you're on one end, you say, you know, you get congratulations. And if you're on the other end, you are untouchable. But in fact, we all live in this between. This is where the good stuff is. This is where the good stuff is. So today I was inspired to write something special for today. So this is not part of the book. Here goes. The invocation. To remember again and ever again how you are seen and taken in for all that you are. That there is an order of love that gives solace and guidance. Your body, whether reclined, seated, or standing, forever and always is supported and cradled. Underneath your feet are roots and history, and the trees and stones remember where you came from. Underneath your feet are stories, songs, rhythm, and foot stomping. You are held by your people, whether through blood or by soul remembrance. Your longing longs for you in return. You are wanted beyond measure. You are held. So,
wow.
With that, I'd like to share a little bit about that process, because lest any of you believe that some of us get out of this experience called life without injury, that any of us have any bit of wisdom without going into the subterranean, into the underworld. And just last week, I was in a full trauma response. And I am that person sitting before you now. And whatever I say comes through that experience. So what I felt was being isolated in COVID. I'm a second grade teacher. I am dealing with a top-down bureaucracy where unions and workers' rights are empty words. And I'm sitting with, never mind the actual terror of what is presented in this moment, but I'm sitting with what it reminds me of. And so there she goes, small. Small and tiny. And so this time around, right, because we go through this process, we go down, we emerge, we go down and we emerge. And I'm so proud of myself and I love myself so much, because when it came on, I said, I'm sinking. I'm going down. And learning what that journey looks like the Delaware or the Hudson River, right? What is the journey? And what are the pitfalls? And what are the thoughts that come to mind that cut me at my knees, right? Yeah. So this next poem is from the book. It's called On Conformity.
Solange, before we go, I just want to make sure that you are getting tons of love in the comments. I'm seeing a lot of the, hands up emojis, a lot of those. There's some amazing, beautiful speak, preach, but she rises again,
as
in and out of it.
As do you, beloved. Yeah.
So there's a lot of love, power.
Thank you.
Wow, courageously present. So we are holding this space. We are here. We are loving it.
Look at my goosebumps. Look at my goosebumps.
Same.
Like a makeup swatch. Do you see my goosebumps? Anyway. All right. So let's get into this conformity, right? Because the first time I had an inkling of something is awry was as a young worker and feeling exploited as a worker and as a woman and as a Black woman. On conformity. Don't try to pluck me. My branches are not for you to transplant. I belong to myself. Now, this situational, transactional kind of love won't do. These pleasantries that mask your real lives are a violence. The way you mask yourselves unto yourselves, a farce. And if you can judge that scratching, raging woman, if you are repulsed by her, just know that you are more responsible for your madness than she is. You tacitly will it. You feed it under the table to gain entry into that club called normal, pretty, and good. Okay, this is the next one. Sign of the times. We're going to move to a different place, but we got to talk about the times, right? America. And maybe Great Britain too. Maybe a little Germany in there. Maybe a little Brazil. I'm just saying, on America. On this barren canvas is where the longings take shape, where the penance animates. Now I hear it, the electromagnetic buzz, the cadence of our time. Now I see it, the glare of bluish light, the fingerprints on screen, the debt to achieve, to do something worthy. It is louder for the children of the enslaved to rectify their horrors through our glory. In my guts, I carry their dreams. And this life I was born into, this political privilege I carry, is fickle and ominous. Even on the islands of my forefathers, even back in the motherland, it is a tumor in my throat. It has a life of its own, and it suffocates and mutes and wipes out any chance of communion. This penance only paid through achievement. And so I teeter here between God and history books, ever searching to be the good girl, trying on dresses and ripping them off because they strangle at the neck and the seams itch, and there are slogans on the front and tags on the back, fashioned by little hands from far off places. And I'm supposed to want that vinyl house and a new plastic car. And I'm supposed to upgrade and go bigger to accommodate the people who don't visit anymore, the people who share screenshots of their lives through swipes, likes, and bites. And I'm supposed to want the title that my tribe can use at networking events, which should exude power and authority, a seamless representation of my persona, which should be defined, consistent, and brandable in word or better yet image. And I'm supposed to want to raise for that thing I do in that fluorescent lighted office with the laminate wood furniture and heavy duty acrylic upholstered chair. And I'm supposed to want that good enough man who matches with my brand so that I can be a good enough mother. And I'm supposed to comply with schools so that together we can shape my child to want what I'm supposed to want. And I'm supposed to think just enough to bring innovation, but not shape culture. No, not step out of line. So there's that.
I would love for us just to take a second to let that soak in. Powerful. Woo, that's that energy I was talking about. Goosebumps. Does anybody have any questions, thoughts? I just saw an owie. Get some more hands up emojis. A lot more love for you. So if anyone has any questions, comments, anything to keep the discussion going, please feel free to comment. Let's see, we have we coloring all out of these lines. Yes. Nothing but
that.
I don't know if you know this, Solange, but that is actually probably my favorite poem of yours. I've gotten to hear that you recite that, to perform that a few times. First time we met, we were at this conference and we had kind of hit it off, and you're like, I'm going to be reading some poetry. And of course, like when anybody you don't know very well invites you to read poetry, there's always a little bit of,
no.
but I already know that I liked you. We had the connection and we went. And I've tried to describe this moment with you before, and I don't think I'll ever do it justice. But when you came out with your poetry, and I believe America is the first one you read to us, we all, like the silence, it was almost this silence, but this loud energy of us all just reconciling what we just witnessed. And I'm so, so excited that other people here in this community are getting to witness that, because I feel it in my bones. And you have a gift. You have a gift.
And, we do this, I believe everybody has their gifts, and it's just a question of whether you decide to share it or not. And I will say thank you for constantly being my friend and creating a safe space for me to become more brave and courageous. And thank you. Yeah. And thank you for your platform too. And it really is so helpful. Well, you said reconciliation or reconcile. So that's what I'm going to do next. You ready?
Excellent. And before we do, someone has asked, and I want to make sure we get it. Someone has requested audiobooks. I don't believe you have that now, but we see you. She sees you. And Solange, I like that comment, and I encourage you to do some audiobooks, and I offer my support in recording them or what is needed.
Mayani, hi. My student from Oakland, my beautiful angel. Hi. Oh. Bang. All right. Reconciliation. Here we go. Reconciliation. There's a language that does not translate here in human time. There are impressions that the soul cannot decipher in the blinding wakefulness. So I sit very still and I ask, and the responses find their way in. And I endure the sensations that defy the tongue. When the tears settle on pillow and breath comes back, tentative and tender, I feel hearts opening with sublime, aching mercy. I stay very still and receive how the silence gives way to a flood that I let go and let in. Felt that one?
Yeah. All of the goosebumps. I'm sitting here just, trying to moderate and kind of looking who's coming and keep an eye on the comments, but I'm getting lost in your sea of words. Thank you.
All right. We don't mind the tears. The tears are just a nice cleansing. It's a rainy day in Jersey. Yeah. Okay, here we go. The storm. When the storm comes and the wind lashes, offer not your dialectics. your reasons or your answers. Offer it a place to rest. Feel into the furrowed brow, the tightness in throat, the heart singed, the ribs split open. Offer it a place to rest. Watch how the thoughts twist to make sense and find cause, even if it would destroy the very land upon which you stand. If not a kiss, offer your hands to the wretched creature who writhes in pain and disbelief. Say nothing. Offer your patience. Offer a tender place to rest. Want not for equanimity. Want not for peace. Judge not. Just stay. Be with shallow sipping breath. Be with the numb legs. Know that you are the one who offers. You are that widening field of awareness. Yes, here, now, and like this. Breathe through the loss, the grief, always through that grounded place. That is the mercy of the divine. That is where love resides.
Dance it out. Dance it out.
Yeah, you know I gotta move right up.
Incredible. Maybe we can check back in with folks again.
Yeah.
I saw, some more support and love for you. Does anybody else have any thoughts, questions, anything to share with Solange? Again, thank you all for being here. For folks who may just be joining, this is Solange Jorge, and she is reading and chatting with us, and reading from her book, Ballads from the Between.
Okay, so we're going to finish up with 3, okay? So the first one is from the book. Lisa, this is for you. On radical self-love. Prayers to myself, to this self, to this right here self, the one you see before you, as I am, as I stand, as I ground in my feet and balance in my crown. Up, up, spirited up. Prayers to myself, this right before you self. This is how I will love you, beloved. This is how I will honor you, beloved. As I stand here relaxed and held by the buoyancy without and within. So let's raise it up a little bit. Okay, and get some of this, we've been going down, let's go up. So this second to last one is a new one, not in the book. And it's called Shakira Says. Hold on, let me get my Shakira. Shakira is my dear fairy friend, SJ, friend from 3rd grade. She is amazing, and she is a great teacher. Let me get Shakira. Here we go. Okay, people are asking for help when they don't really need it. Tell me when your compassion decides to make an arrival. Until then, I will cast my spells and stay in steady assurance, for I am sourced. You see, I tried to be naive and it ain't work. So coming from love and with my lenses squeaky clean, I see you coming, and I know some bullshit is about to go down. You attempt to coerce me with your jargonese. You seek to seduce me with your other costumes of respectability, but I see you. I see that shell that houses a shriveled soul. You have chosen slumber over truth and light. How could I get confused when you don't even like yourself? You lied to yourself. Where's the love in that? How could I get confused about what you are? When you try to one-up me in an email or another form to fill out, how could I get confused about what you are? When you lie to yourself on a daily basis. So just know this. I already know there's no virility behind your words. I already know that you seek my engagement to validate yourself, T. And I already know that you wouldn't say a word to my face in the street. So with that, so be it. Ashe. That is Shakira says.
I wish I knew your friend Shakira.
You will, you will. The world needs to know her, okay?
I see that.
Last one.
Bring us home.
Okay. This is a new one, right? From the past weekend. Okay. Home again. Held by an order that has given me this experience, an opportunity to come into more freedom, an order that puts a twinkle in my eye, a force that is present when all functions are down, in an emptied out room, alone, present when I have tapped out. We two are like the most intimate friends, for you are the one present and breathing me. So that's it.
Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. Thank you so much for being you and for sharing you and your words with us. So powerful. I feel like it's been a really heavy week, so it's really nice to, relax and engage with this energy and some poetry. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, if anyone has any other comments or last minute questions as we sign out, please let us know. I'm seeing some bravo, Solange. Wow, thank yous.
Coquito.
Again, I am Lauren with Me Too Many Voices, and this is part of the Me Too Many Voices and Friends series for the community by the community. And this is the brilliant and eloquent Solange Jorge reading from her book, Ballads from the Between. Ballads from the Between is actually available on Amazon and right now for $9.99. And as a special treat, if you DM me and want to order, we can handle that all through Instagram. Same price, $9.99, free shipping. And join me tomorrow. I will be back on Instagram Live with the incredible Armella Desir, who is going to be talking to your kids about consent and boundaries, which is very important. Very, very important. Consent needs to be taught when you're young, and it's something that builds upon. Again, thank you all for being a part of this amazing community and holding this space with us this evening. Thanks. Bye.
Thank you, Lauren. Me Too Many
Thanks, bye.
Voices.